Tell me why this lady wanted to drive to the police station with me and my child. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. I just want to share with you today my experience with a female Uber driver, and my goodness, it is one for the books. So me, I'm just here. I decide, you know what, I'm a bit exhausted with the same environment and I need to go out to a new environment. So I decided to go and visit a friend. And since I have a baby, I don't want to get a matatu because it will be a lot of connections and it's gonna be hectic. So I get an Uber. Now where I live, it's a bit hard to get an Uber because if it's available, it's many minutes away. So I just decided to get an Uber, and this certain Uber I get is like 10 minutes away, and I'm like, okay, this is just around the area, so let me wait since I'm not in so much of a hurry. So after ordering the Uber, I realized it's a female driver, and I'm like, wow, this is new, this is interesting, because all the female drivers, they normally write females only, yeah, but this one was general, open to either male or female. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. Let me see how this ride is gonna be. So I wait for her. She calls. She's like, where are you? I tell her where I am. She's like, okay, I'm coming, just wait for me. I'm like, okay, since I'm not in a hurry, I'm like, let me just wait. Normally I'd cancel and try look for a nearby one because I'd already left the house. So I sit and wait. After a few minutes, she calls again. She's like, don't worry, I'm still coming. I'm finishing a drop off around here. I'm coming in a few. And I'm like, okay. In fact, I'm seeing on the app that it's like you're not moving, but it's fine, I'll wait. So I wait and she comes. When she's coming, this is the first red sign I see. She's coming and then her bumper somehow imetokana. So in my head, I'm like, I need to enter and tell her, but then when I enter, I don't know, just mom brain, I forget to tell her. So as she was turning now for us to drive off, one of the men who was around was like, hey, madam, you need to fix your bumper, it's about to fall off. Then she gets out, she's like, oh, Ata, I had not even realized, can you fix it for me? But there was a hardware store just next to where I was, and the person around told her, enter at the hardware store and I'm gonna fix it for you. So she tells me, madam, kiasi tu, let me fix this so that we can go. I'm like, sharp, it's fine. So we enter the hardware. It doesn't even take 5 minutes, like 2 minutes, then we leave. So while we are leaving, she asks, do we use this road or this other road? In my head, like, I don't expect her to ask me. I mean, let's just go with the normal road that we're used to. But then it's like it got to some point at Welewani, because both roads can go to the same place. So this other side, however, has some dust compared to the normal road. And then I'm like, let's use this other road. Like in my head, it's the normal road. So she's like, okay. And I think she did not get it. She used the opposite road. And I'm like, okay, fine. Anyway, it's gonna be a road trip to see this other side. I've used the road once, but it's not oftenly used. But then in my head, I'm like, okay, fine, let's just continue with it. But as we were going, in my head, I'm like, I hope the price will not increase. But I don't know what happened. I just did not voice this out to just confirm. So we go using that road. Then we reach a place. She's like, do we use this bypass road or this other one? And in my head, I'm like, what do you mean? So we just follow the map and go, which other road is this? She's like, I don't know, this one can get jam, and then this one, she comes up with a lot of stories. And I'm like, my friend, you're the Uber driver, just let us go with the normal road that the map is showing. She's like, okay, fine. So when we are on our way, she starts telling me why she was late. She was dropping off some lady. She was either Somali or Muslim. I couldn't really get, but either one of those denominations. So she tells me how this lady wanted to give her cash, yet she wanted M-Pesa, and she was like, this lady, she will just give her the cash so that she sends her back the change through M-Pesa, but this lady, she did not want. So the lady had suggested, let me get out to go to the house and send for you the money. Okay, that was a bit shady, but anyway, this lady ended up going to the M-Pesa and put in the cash and send her the money. But then she was complaining how this lady named Cora and whatnot and whatnot, and I'm like, I got no comments to say. Yeah, so after giving me this story, I just kept quiet and we continued with the journey. So we go. Google Map got us in the wrong direction, like the wrong entrance to where I was going. So I was like, wait, it's not here, it's the next entrance, not this one. She's like, see, that's what the map is saying. Let us just go and see where it will lead us. Maybe there's another road that will branch and uh, remove us where we're supposed to be going. I'm like, okay, I keep quiet. So we go, we reach a dead end, and I'm like, yeah, we need to turn back and go to the next turn. That is where the entrance is, because I can see the house from here. It's on the other side, and there's no way we can pass through where we are now to get to the house. All right, so we go back and we go and reach the house. Now I have this habit where if I'm using an Uber, actually this was Bolt, this is not Uber, this was Bolt. When we are almost reaching the destination, I start paying. So so that's exactly what I did. Now I paid. So when we were stopping, now she tells me, the fare had increased by 400 bob. She's like, madam, it's plus 400, you need to add. And I'm like, wait, this was the amount I'm supposed to pay, and I've already paid, and I don't have this other money to pay you, because that is what the app was saying. Now I realized that this going this other way and her trying to brainwash me about the roads we should take, it made the price to add up. This has never happened to me, at the prices adding up when I'm using a Bolt. It has never happened to me, but I hear it from other people. But then now I'm like, hey, I did not budget for this other 400. Now where am I gonna get it from? I told her, you know what, I do not have this money. The only thing you can do is take my number, or I take your number, and then I'm gonna put it for you by end of the day. She's like, no, you need to pay me. This is what the amount is, and if you cannot pay me, we're just gonna have to go to the police station so that the case can be continued from there. I'm like, hey, we were good welcoming, you're even giving me stories. Now you have changed to this whole other person. I don't even understand. One is these things, we just talk it out and we see the way forward. What is the essence for? You're now demanding to go to the police station. She's like, Apana, you're thinking like I want to steal from you, and this is my work, and if you did not pay that extra 400, I'm the one supposed to pay the company and whatnot and whatnot. I'm like, hey, there's no need for all this back and forth, back and forth. We just need to talk and come up with a solution, because this is the price that was saying, and me, I did not expect it for it to move this way. So I'm calm because I have a baby and I don't want to be all over the place. So while we are here talking, my friend who I was going to see comes, and she realizes I'm in the car. She's like, hey, what is happening? What's wrong? Even the askari who mans the gate where my friend stays came and wanted to hear what's happening. So I told her, this is what was happening, this is what it was showing, and this is what I've paid. And I'm telling this one, you just need to talk it out so that we can find a solution amicably. But she does not want to understand. So this lady insists, Apana, she now wants to drive off. We need to go to the police station so that the police can now get the case and whatnot. My goodness, she changed. Like, this woman was not the woman who was giving me stories at the start. This is a whole different woman. And from that whole situation, okay, we solved it, but what I learned from that whole situation is, number one, I'm never entering a car where it's a female driver, because these women can just show you things. And another thing, I'm never ever using a different route a different route if it's not me who is driving. If it's a Uber, Bolt, wherever, I'm never using a different route, just the route that I am used to. And I think from that, I'm uninstalling Bolt and try this Uber, because this whole situation was just it was just crazy. So while I was coming out of the car, I told her, you know what, madam, there's no need of being so angry like that. You are driving and you don't need to be angry while driving, because you might get into an accident just because of something small. So I just told her that and left the car. But yo, nijikute going with another direction, nijikute in a female driver's car, because I'm imagining this thing, if it's someone who had extra temper than the one she had, this is how people get killed. Or someone drives off with you and goes and finishes you just because you don't pay 400 bob, you know, or kidnaps you and does whatever. Hey, that is lesson learned. And I'm imagining if it was a guy who was in this situation, like, would have shown this woman things, you know. But yeah, so that was my experience and I did not like it. But the good thing is to just stay calm during this whole scenario, and of course let the person you're going to see or the person you've left behind know or track the number of the car that you're in, because you never know what gets to happen. A lot of things happen, and that's just one of them. And that is my story. I hope you learned something from it and you can share your experiences down below. Yeah, so like, share and subscribe. See you on the next one.